Hi, hello, welcome to Math for Honors with Mrs. Tolan. My name is Christine Tolan. My email address is ctolan@csd99.org. And today we're going to talk a little bit about what to expect daily in class, what Google Classroom looks like, grades, and how your student can get a little bit of extra help if needed. All right, so what does our class look like day to day? So every day in class, we do a little bit of learning in person, learning through video, and then learning in groups. Class is usually structured by me starting class out together and then providing students with a video to watch, coming back together, answering questions, and then practicing in small groups. This way, students that have technology issues are not missing parts of our lesson because the important parts are being taught through a video, but I'm still there to answer questions when students have them. Assignments are typically given through Savvis Realize, which is our online textbook, but occasionally might be given through MathXL, worksheets, or Edpuzzles. If your student likes to work on a Chromebook and we do have worksheets as homework, or you don't have a printer at home, that's okay because all worksheets can be opened through Kami, which is an application that allows your student to actually write on the PDF on their Chromebooks. All that I ask is once an assignment is finished, it's submitted, whether that's submitting it through Savvis Realize or submitting it through Google Classroom. Assessments are done in class. There was one instance where we had an assessment not done in class that couldn't be avoided, but they will primarily be given during class time. The platforms that we are using right now primarily is Savvis EasyBridge, so again, the online textbook, MathXL, but we might also use Mastery Manager, Google Form, or Formative, depending on what objectives we want to reach with each assessment. So the biggest question, right? How is my student doing? So there are multiple ways that you can follow along with what your student's doing. The first one is Google Classroom. So visit our Google Classroom with your student. I can invite parents. Email me if you'd like to see updates on a regular basis. But just to give you a warning, you will get every single update. So you will get a lot of emails. But if you want to be informed and updated, please send me an email and I'll invite you to our Google Classroom. Home Access Center. So to check students' progress, I update Home Access Center weekly. So every Monday, I go in and I check in the previous week's worth of homework assignments. In the gradebook, you will see 3 different types of grades. You'll see a numeric grade, a Z4, and an L4. A Z4 means that the assignment, the test, the quiz was not done or turned in. An L4 means that the assignment was completed, but the student did not earn above a 40%. So they got the default grade, which is a 40%. As always, ask your student how they're doing. Ask them to see their classroom. Ask them to show you their homework. Or email me. So again, there's my email address. All right, a little bit more on grades. So our semester grade is made up of 20% final exam and 80% coursework. The 80% coursework is made up of 5% homework, 15% quizzes, and 60% tests. So yes, majority of their grade is tests, but that is because homework and quizzes is where students should be making mistakes. That's where students should be figuring out, what do I know? What do I still need to figure out prior to taking that test. So in the grade book, you might have noticed that some of your students' quiz grades have changed. We have a policy in our class that if a student does better on their test than they did on the quiz, their quiz grade gets replaced by their test grade. And if you're curious if that's your student or not, you might see a grade that looks something like, for example, 78.45. That just means that they got a 45% on their quiz when they took it themselves, but scored a 78 on their test, so their grade got changed to a 78. That's just a little bit of bookkeeping. That's how I like to keep it organized. So it's really easy to see if the grade was the grade earned on the test or the quiz, or if the grade was a grade replacement due to improvement from quiz to test. So that really is a great incentive for students to learn from their mistakes. And our homework grade is 5%. It's based on completion, but there is a minimum accuracy requirement of 70%. So students do need to get at least 70% of their homework questions correct in order for that completion grade to be counted. And in the program, students can redo a question as many times as it takes to get the question correct. I also give them the week to complete their homework. So if they need to come see me during my office hours to get a little bit of extra help, they can. So speaking of getting support/help. So I have the following office hours outside of the school day available. So far, those have been fairly light. I have encouraged, and please encourage your student to, whenever they're struggling on a homework assignment, on a review, didn't do so well on a quiz, something like that, to come see me during my office hours. If outside of class time, school hours is difficult, I do have some resource time available during the day on Tuesdays through Fridays from 11 to 11:30. Otherwise, we have a virtual math resource center, which is ran by our math specialist, Mr. Lee. This meets during periods 3 through 8 every week. So that is also during the school day. And students can sign up on Classroom for a little time slot during the day, and Mr. Lee, the math specialist, will assist the students. So really quickly, where that's at, in Google Classroom, if we click the classwork page, we have the information. So that's our Zoom link, our class schedule, materials. If a student absent, the videos are here in my Google Drive folder, as well as the filled in notes, as well as answer keys. My office hours resource time is available here, and then the virtual math resource center with Mr. Lee. They click on the link and it will actually show up with, there we go, individualized appointment times that a student can sign up for. So there's 3 appointment slots available per each 40-minute time slot. Additionally, if you go to the Downers Grove South website, click on academics, click on mathematics. If you're looking for a little bit more individualized one-on-one help, we do have a tutor list available. So let me go back a second. So again, if you go to the csd99.org/Downers Grove or DGS/academics/mathematics, on our mathematics website, off to the side, we have this math tutor list. So this is a list of private tutors that will come to your house and individually tutor your student. So that is also available for extra help as well. So far, the year has been going well. The key thing here is flexibility. We all have to be incredibly flexible, and we're all learning together. And the main really key to success here is students have to be responsible for their own learning. Because we're not in class, because I can't visually see if kids are paying attention, if kids are listening, if kids are taking notes, if kids are confused, I really have to rely on them to be to communicate with me with their needs. So I really need some self-advocacy out of the students and them taking responsibility for their learning and reaching out to me with anything that they need, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help them, to get them to succeed, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I just need them to reach out. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and so far the year has been going better than expected, and I hope to have a great year. Thank you for listening.